Okay. Uh, so in this introductory module will give you a clear overview of the course, why studying it, what topics we will cover, and how it's structured. Uh, by end today, you will understand the big picture and how to approach the subject as well. So now, why are data structures and algorithm is so important? Because when you go into an interview, then also they have asked some questions from these data structures and algorithm. So why these data structures and algorithm is more important? Because uh, they are the foundation of all softwares. Okay, so think of Google Maps, Facebook, or Instagram. Behind all of them are powerful data structure. So mm, second, it builds your uh, it's builds your problem solving mindset. You will learn to break down the problems systematically. So, and finally, it's a career critical. It's mean the technical interviews, whether for Google, Microsoft, or local companies, almost always test your knowledge of algorithms and data structures. So, the mastering this subject gives you an edge in your future career. So, uh, this course will cover 8 key modules, starting with the foundational concepts and progress into more complex data structures. Uh, in here, I have mentioned our modules. First, we have to doing an introduction to data structures, and after that, arrays and linked list, and stacks and queues, regression, trees, graphs, analysis of algorithms, and the sorting and searching algorithm. We will move step by step, starting from basic and gradually building up to advanced concept. So I think you have already know some of these structures as well. I think like arrays. So we can mm, discuss deeply about this. So what to expect? Here, how the course will run. Okay, lectures will explain theory, but I also bring some practical examples because it's so much important, the practical knowledge of this data structures and algorithms. So other thing, we will focus on heavily on a problem solving, since this is what exams and the real world work both have a demand on these concepts. And importantly, we will work with past papers, so you always ready for the exam. So no worry about this. Okay. Uh, from our institute, you won't be alone in this. We will provide you with lecture notes, so you don't need to copy everything down. But if you want a notes, you can get from your side as well. So other thing is we have provided some small quizzes to check your understanding. Mostly I have give some quizzes end of the lectures. So other thing is we have given module by module printed handouts. It's convenient enough to for follow along. We will provide these handouts within this month. We try our best, and we have your past paper discussions, so you can see exactly how questions are asked. So and we have practical examples so you can connect what the theories we have studied that to the codes. Okay, uh, let's start our main theory part that we have discussed today. Before that, I want to know about yourself. So, it's mean your understanding about this site. So, I will give a small Google form. So, try to fill this. Okay, I will put this on a chat. Please try to fill this within 5 to 10 minutes. This accessible for all. This was accessible. Okay. Try to fill this within 10 minutes. I have asked to fill that Google form because I want know about you something. So I will put that on this quiz. Yeah, this form. Mm, there was a 18, 17 members, but I still got 8 responses. So please try to do within 740. Still I got 9 responses. Uh, yes, we can move with the Tamil, but there was a one person, he is, I think, only knows Sinhala. Don't worry, I can speak Sinhala and Tamil as well. So I will explain the content in English, but if you have any doubts, you can ask in Tamil. It's not problem. And also, I can speak in Sinhala. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in Sinhala as well. Okay, I have got 12 responses. Mm, other 5 members. It is just a simple form because without know about you anything, I can't steps from. இன்னைக்கு நான் இதை தமிழ்லையும் சொல்கிறேன் என்ன நான் ஒரு கூகுள் ஃபார்ம் இந்த ஃபார்ம்னு போட்டிருக்கிறேன் அதை ஃபில் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க இன்னும் ஒரு 2 3 நிமிஷத்தில் என் இங்கே 17 பேர் இருக்கிறீங்க 18 பேர் இருக்கிறீங்க ஆனால் 12 ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் தான் வந்திருக்குது உங்களை பற்றி ஒன்றுமே தெரியாமல் இந்த பாடத்தில் எனக்கு மூவ் ஆகலாது ஸோ நான் கட்டாயம் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்கொள்ள வேண்டிய சில விஷயங்கள் மட்டும் தான் நான் இதில் எட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன் ஓகே අර මම මේක සිංහලනුත් කියන්නම් මේ මම chat එකේ Google form එකක් දාලා තියෙනවා මේ ඒක පුළුවන් නම් fill කරන්න බලන්න මට සමහර දේවල් ගැන ඔයාලා ගැන පොඩ්ඩක් දැනගන්න ඕනේ ඒකෙන් හින්දා ඒ form එක දාලා තියෙන්නේ හරිද වෙන ඔයාලා personal data මොකුත් අපි ගන්න නැහැ මෙතන හින්දා බය වෙන්න නැතුව ඕක fill කරන්න okay I, you can ask your doubts on mic. It's not a problem. Okay, you can unmute and speak in here. Okay, let's. Mm, I will share. Okay, I will go 12 responses and I will using this. I will got some data. Okay. Okay, I have asked, have you heard about data structures before? So from 12 response, there was 58.3 percentage says yes, and 16.7 percentage no, and 25 percentage say maybe. So I think they have hear this in somewhere, but don't know exactly about that. So other thing is, other important questions I have asked, that is, do you know Java programming? So almost 75 percentage say yes. So there was some people don't know Java basic. Mm, okay, I will try some basic codings for you for practice. So no problem. Mostly say BS code for Java. Okay. Okay. Let's move to our main part. Uh, I think you can see my presentation, okay? Let's drop a message on a chat. Can you hear me? Okay. Uh, Thanks for response. Let's move on. Okay. In here, we begin our journey into the most important foundation of this computer science. It's a data structures and algorithm. So before that, you have used these data structures and algorithm most best, but we don't know it's exactly the data structures and algorithms. So think about all the apps you daily use. Like we have already always used WhatsApp, YouTube, and if you want a map, we have used a Google Maps. So behind these, uh, behind this, these old scenes, okay, we have give our recordings as well. Don't worry. Okay. Today, so behind these old scenes, the data is being organized, saged, and processed. So The data structures make all of this possible. Without these data structures, we cannot organize these data, or we cannot search or process this data. Okay, let's introduce to data structures. Okay. Let's go into our learning outcome for today. By the end of today's session, you should be able to define what is the data structures and an algorithm. And you should classify data structures into different types like static versus dynamic and the linear versus non-linear data structures as well. Mm, and recognize how these concepts are apply in the real world situation. So keep these goals in mind as we go through the lecture as well. So don't forget, we have discussed about these three topics: what is data structures and algorithm, and classify uh, these data structures, and we have discussed about the real world applications uh, of these data structures as well. So let's move. What is data structures? Anyone know about this? You can unmute and give your answers, okay? Anyone know? Mm, okay, let's move. Okay, what is data structure? Basically, we can say a data structure as a container. Okay, really, a data structure is a container that organize and store the data in a computer's memory. Okay, data structure is a container that organize and stores data in a computer memory. Okay, uh, it's mean uh, it's a container, a way to organize and store in memory. Okay, you can uh, simply understand this as like the container. It's organize the data and stores data for uh, future use. Okay, so why we need this data structures? Okay, because the computers don't know, don't just need to store data. Okay, we cannot store for now, because we have to use this data in the future. So the computers don't know, uh, don't just need to store the data. They need to process it efficiently, whether uh, s- it's searching or uh, sorting. Okay, if we searching something, it should efficiently uh, give a output of that. Okay, so in here we can say the examples like arrays, linked lists, text, queues, trees, and the graph. So I think you have most of the people mark this array. They already know, because in the old programming language we have mostly used these arrays. So I think you all know about this. Okay. So I have asked small question for you. Can anyone think of a real life container that organize items in? items in order. Have you got my question? Anyone know the real life container that organize items in order? Okay. Most of the times in our lives, uh, we have faced this real life situations of these data structures. We can say uh, in the cupboard there was a in this cupboard we have to organize our dresses. Okay, so we cannot put it like these things. We have to organize this like this way. So then only we can uh, get that dress quickly when we want. So the data structures also like this. Okay, we have to store this data on a container, and we have to take this data when we want. Okay, and another situation you can say we have uh, waiting for a bus in a bus long queue. Sometimes we have faced these situations in our life, so we have to waiting uh, on this queue until uh, all the members that are front are going to the bus. So after that only we can go into bus. Okay, so like this in the real life we have most of the times we have uh, faced with similar chances. Okay, so okay, let's move. Mm, I will explain that examples that we have tell here: array, linked list, stacks, queues, and tree and graphs. So in here you can see uh, this was an array. Okay, this was an array, and this is a linked list, and in here queue and stack. Okay, we have deeply discussed about these things in the future lectures. So I have just give a brief idea today about these structures. Okay, so mm, in the array, okay, in the array there was a container. Okay, there was a container, but it has a predefined places. Okay, it has a predefined memories. We cannot extend this memory when we want. Okay, this is an array. We have to store data on this predefined memory location. So, and this is a linked list. Uh, Linked list is something like it's not like an array. Uh, it's a connection with the we have to tell this as a node. So we have make a connection with the node always. Okay, so like think like this. Okay, we have sometimes in the universities we have used one book for all the lectures. Okay, we have used one book for all the lectures. So uh, today I have write the note about data structures in here in this page. But the next day I have write another thing on here. Okay, this is a one lecture and this is another lecture. So, but after that lecture, I have again write a data structure in this page, but I have marked example thing. This is a first page, this is second page, and this is third. So I exactly mark on this first page. The next lecture of this data structure is on this third page. Okay. Exactly. The next lecture of this data structure has in this third page. Okay. All same like in this third page, I have marked your previous notes available on this first page. So we can mark like this. Then the pages are not wasted. So some people can be used this trick. I mostly use this, so I can say this as an example of this linked list. Okay, let's go into queue. I think you know about this queue because they have in big queues than this in. Okay, just think that I explained previously about this bus. So we have to wait on a long queue, then only we can go into this bus. Okay. So other thing is tech. Tech is something like mm, we have books. So we have arranged these books out of that. So dislikes we can store and we can again get this book. So this is the stack. So we can deeply discuss about these things in upcoming lectures. Okay. Okay. Let's move to use of data structures. Okay. I have already said the data structures are everywhere. So uh, think about the student management system. Okay. In the database, we have to storing students record, but okay, student records. But in search engines, uh, students record, and when we want a record of that student from a search, we can get the data of
Hello,
that student.
sir.
Okay. So in here, I have your real world example. So real world data storage is means the data structures help to represent and store information about physical entities. The physical entities, we can say the student, a car, or something other else. We can say these are the physical entities. So for the uh, storing the information about the physical entities, we have used the data structures. So in here example, such as student's record book or a book's details. So mm, other things, other thing is we have used the programmer's tools. It means they serve as tool for a programmer to manage and manipulate data effectively. It's mean mm, the next thing is the real world modeling. Uh, we have used analogies to explain how data structures model real world scenarios. Okay. mostly the always the most of the people know the theory about data structures, but they should know to how to apply it in the real world scenario. So, for example, a phone book can be modeled as a tree structure. So, I think you don't know about this tree structure. We can study. So, and the airline routes can be modeled as a graph. So, okay. Let's move to the classification of data structure. There were so many ways to classify this data structure. Okay, they have to classify this based on organization or otherwise based on storage method. And there was some other methods as well. We can classify this data structures in many ways. Okay, so based on the organization, um, we can classify this to two ways. One is a linear data, the other thing is a nonlinear data. Okay, you can simply understand in a linear data structure, the data is arranged in a sequence. Okay, data is the data is arranged in a sequence like arrays, stacks, and queues. Okay, in nonlinear structure, the data is uh, connected in a network hierarchy. Okay, something like the first data is connect with another two data, and again this data is connect with another two data or something like this. Okay, it can be two or three. Anyways, the one data is connect in a hierarchical method in this nonlinear data. But in linear data structure, it's not like that. It's connected in a linear structure. Okay, I will show again an array. In this array, we have stored all the numbers, all the data in a linear. So it's always connect with uh, the next data and the previous data. Okay, in the linear manner. But in here, we have connect all the data in a on hierarchical method. Okay, so sometimes in your past papers, they have asked about this. So we can uh, discuss these past paper questions on the last lectures. Okay, so sorry, there was someone asked, could you please explain the last one? Which one? I think, can you put that exactly what you want to explain? Please tell again about stack. Okay. Okay. What is your native language? Tamil? Can I explain that in Tamil for you? Okay. இப்ப ஒரு ஸ்டெக்கண்டா என்னண்டா சரியா, நான் இதை பத்தி நாங்க இன்னும் டீப்பா முன்னுக்கு பார்ப்போம். சரியா, ஸ்டெக்கண்டா உதாரணமா இப்ப நாங்க ஒரு ஒரு மேசை ஒன்றுல புக்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் தான் எடுக்கிறோம். சரியா, இந்த புக்ஸ் எல்லாம் நாங்க எப்படி எடுக்கிறோம்? மேலுக்கு மேலே தான் எடுக்கிறோம். சரியா? என்ன செய்கிறோம், இப்படி நாங்கள் இந்த மாதிரி அடுக்கிறதுக்கு தான் நாங்கள் இங்கே ஸ்டெக்ன்னு பார்க்குறோம். சரியா? இந்த ஸ்டெக்கில் நாங்கள் நிறைய விஷயம் கதைக்கு இருக்கு முன்னுக்கும். சரியா? இப்போ இதில் உதாரணமாக எடுங்கோ. இப்போ எனக்கு இந்த கீழே இருக்கிற புக் எடுக்கணும். சரியா? எனக்கு என்ன எடுக்கணும், இந்த கீழே இருக்கிற புக் எடுக்கணும். ஆனாலும் எனக்கு இதை உடனே எடுக்கலுமா? சும்மா எடுக்கலுமா? ஏல நான் முதல்ல என்ன செய்யணும், இந்த மேலே இருக்கிற புக்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஓரமாக்கிட்டு தான் இந்த கீழே இருக்கிற புக் எடுக்கணும். இதுதான் ஸ்டெக்ல நடக்கிறது. சரியா? உண்மையா சொன்னா ஒரு அடுக்கு தான். சரியா? கொண்டு எங்களுக்கு புக்ஸை செல்லலாம், அப்படி இல்லைன்னா நாங்கள் ட்ரெஸ் எல்லாம் எடுக்கிறதே எங்களுக்கு இன்னைக்கு செல்லலாம். சரியா? விளங்கிச்சா? இல்லை இன்னும் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணணுமா அதை? அதுவே மற்ற ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸை உங்களுக்கு தமிழில் விளங்கப்படுத்தணுமா? ஓகே. இப்போ எரேன்றது உண்மையாக அது என்னண்டா, சரி நான் இப்போ சொல்கிறேன். சரி, எரே ஒன்று இப்படி நினை. இப்போ இப்போ உங்களுக்கு சேர்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் போட்டிருக்கேன்னு வைப்போமே. சரியா? இன்னைக்கு இப்போ சேர்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் போட்டிருக்கேன்னு வைப்போம். இப்போ இதில் 5 சேர் தான் இருக்கு. சரியா? இப்போ இதில் எத்தனை சேர் இருக்கு? 5 சேர் தான் இருக்கு. இப்போ இதில் இருக்கிற இந்த 5 சேரை எங்களுக்கு திருப்பி வேறு கொண்டு வந்து செட் போடலுமா? இதில் அதர் வரிசையில் 5 தான் இருக்கண்டா, உங்களுக்கு அதுக்கு மேலே கொண்டு வந்து போடலுமா? ஏடா நாங்கள் என்ன செய்யணும், சரியா? இந்த இருக்கிற கதிரைகளில் போய்த்தான் நாங்கள் உட்காரணும். அப்படித்தானே? இருக்கிற கதிரைகளில் தான் உட்காரணும். அப்போ இதுதான் நாங்கள் எரேன்னு சொல்றது. சரியா? எப்படி இருக்கும், ஒரு தொடர்ச்சியான ஒரு மெமரி அலோகேஷன் தான் இங்கே இருக்கும். அப்போ இதில் நாங்கள் போய்த்து ஒரு இடத்துல நாங்கள் ஒரு டேட்டாவை ஸ்டோர் பண்ணலாம். சரியா? இப்போ எரே இதோட முடிகிறதும் நாங்கள் உண்மையாக எரேட இம்ப்ளிமெண்டேஷன் எல்லாம் பார்க்க இருக்கிறோம் முன்னுக்கு. ஸோ பயப்படுவான சிம்பிள் கான்செப்ட் ஒன்று தான், நான் ஈஸியாக விளங்கலாம்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். சரியா? இப்போ அதே மாதிரி லிங்க் லிஸ்ட் எப்படின்னா, இப்போ இது வந்து தொடர்ச்சியாக இருக்காது. சரியா? இது வந்து எப்படி இருக்காது, தொடர்ச்சியாக இருக்காது. அதுக்கு நான் இதை சொன்னேன். இப்போ என்கிட்ட ஒரு புக் தான் இருக்கு. இப்போ நான் என்ன செய்கிறேன், இதிலே தான் டேட்டா ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பாடத்தையும் எழுதுகிறேன். திருப்பி டபிள்யூபி என்ற பாடத்தையும் எழுதுகிறேன். திருப்பி இன்னும் இருக்கிற மற்ற பாடத்திலையும் எழுதுகிறேன். சரியா? இப்போ சும்மா இப்போ நான் இதை வந்து எழுதி வச்சிருக்கி முதலாம் பேஜில். சரியா? முதலாம் பேஜில் என்ன இருக்கு, ஏன்னா டேட்டா ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி திருப்பி 2ஆம் பேஜில் நான் டபிள்யூபி எழுதுகிறேன். திருப்பி நான் 3ஆம் பேஜில் போய்த்து நான் என்ன செய்கிறேன், டேட்டா ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் எழுதுகிறேன். சரியா? இப்போ நீங்கள் சும்மா கொப்பி எடுத்து சும்மா பார்த்துட்டு போனால் உங்களுக்கு விளங்குமா? இது டேட்டா ஸ்ட்ரக்சர், இது டபிள்யூபி அப்படின்னு விளங்குமா? விளங்காது. ஆகவே நான் என்ன செய்கிறேன், இந்த கொப்பியெல்லாம் கீழே மார்க் பண்ணிக்கொள்கிறேன். இந்த டேட்டா ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் அடுத்தது இருக்கு எத்தனாம் பக்கத்தில், இந்த 3ஆம் பக்கத்தில். சரிங்க? நான் இதில் என்ன மார்க் பண்ணினேன், என் அடுத்த பேஜ் இருக்கு இந்த 3ஆம் பக்கத்தில் மார்க் பண்ணி கொண்டேன். அதே மாதிரி எனக்கு என்ன செய்யலாம், வேணும் வேண்டாம் இந்த பக்கத்திலையும் இதில் 3 பக்கம் இருக்கிறதுல இந்த முதலாம் பேஜ்ல என்றது எனக்கு மார்க் பண்ணி கொள்ளலாம். இல்லைங்களா? அப்ப நான் இப்ப எனக்கு டேட்டா ஸ்ட்ரக்சரை மட்டும்தான் படிக்கணும்னு சொன்னா எனக்கு என்ன செய்யலாம்? முதலாம் பேஜ்க்கு போய்த்துட்டு அதுக்கு பிறகு திருப்பி 3ஆம் பேஜ்க்கு போய்த்துட்டு திருப்பி இதுக்கு பிறகு எத்தனாம் பேஜ் மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கோ அந்த பேஜை போயிட்டு பார்க்கலாம். சும்மா தேவையில்லாம ஒவ்வொரு பேஜா போயிட்டு பார்க்கணுமா? அப்படி தேவை இல்லை. இதுதான் நாங்க சொல்றேன் லிங்க் லிஸ்ட்னு சொல்லி. சரியா? மற்றது கியூ வண்டா பொதுவா எல்லாத்துக்கும் இருக்கிற வரிசை தான். இப்போ நாங்கள் ஒரு பஸ் கொண்டு ஏறணும் வந்தாலும் என்ன செய்யணும்? சில நேரங்களில் பெரிய இது பஸ் எல்லாம் இருந்தால் நாங்கள் வரிசை ஒன்றில் இருந்து தான் நாங்கள் ஏறணும். சரியா? அப்போ இதில் எங்களுக்கு முன்னுக்கு இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஏறி முடியாங்காட்டும் நாங்கள் இருந்து தான் ஆகணும். சரியா? சரி, இப்போ கிளியரா அந்த விஷயம்? மற்றவங்களும் சொல்லுங்க, உங்களுக்கு என்ன சரி சஜஷன்ஸ் இருந்தால் சொல்லுங்க, அதை கன்சிடர் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, சரி. இப்போ இதில் இருக்கிற எல்லாரும் தமிழ் தானா, இல்லை சிங்களாக்கள் என்ன இருக்கிறாங்களாண்டு சின்ன அப்டேஷன் ஒன்று தரலாம். Can you put your native language in chat? Oh, sorry. Okay, can you hear me? There was a Sinhala girl, I think. So, do you understand on this about this theory, or you want an explanation in Sinhala as well? Uh, other information, other most important information is the upcoming lectures are separately we have conducted in Tamil and the Sinhala. Because of this first free lecture week, we are organized it to in the common language. That's why we have conduct this lecture in English. But from the next week, uh, we have conduct Sinhala lecture and the Tamil lecture in a separate manner. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, can I move to next chapter?
Yes, sir.
Can we move to next chapter?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we'll move.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Let's move to next chapter. Mm. Do you understand this classification? Or you need this also in a Tamil or Sinhala? Can you put a message on chat? Yes, you can speak on mic. It's not problem.
So the linear data structures, it was before we Sono.
Right. Hello.
Hello, can
Yes.
you hear me, sir?
Yes.
So linear data structures are directly one by ordered. It's correct.
Uh, it's not. Yeah. It's we can say like this. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
non-linear data structure.
yeah.
All data is connect with all.
No.
Uh,
No. It's not like that. Okay. Non-linear data structure. All data are not want to connect with all the data. It's not a problem. It's
yeah.
connected in hierarchical method. That's only the different in the linear and non-linear.
Uh,
This is
right,
connected in
right.
a linear manner, and the non-linear data is connected in a hierarchical method. Okay, I will explain.
Okay.
I will explain this using a simple example. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Think about a family tree. Okay. Uh, there was a you. There was you. Okay. Uh, after that, you have uh, your father and mother. Again, they have their father and mother as well. Okay. I'm like here, they have father and the mother as well. So if someone want to know your grandparents' name, they have to come through this father and their father. Okay. Oh, father after his mother. So this slide is in connect in a hierarchical method. You can directly cannot access the grandparents. Okay. You have to first access the father, then only you can get the information about the grandparents. Okay. That's why we say there's a hierarchical method. But you don't need to connection between the father's father and the mother's father. It's not important here. Okay. We have need a connection between this father and his father. Then we can get directly the information about him. Okay. Okay. I will explain.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yes,
will
sir.
explain this
Thank
in
you.
a
Those are
family.
superb examples. What the difference between graphs and trees?
We can discuss deep this one coming upcoming lectures. Okay. I will but the different thing here. Okay. In the graphs, it's
Uh,
also same like trees. Okay. You know about tree? Have you studied about tree in any there? Yeah. Okay.
yes, yes. Tell me, sir.
In the tree, it's there was so many tree structures. Okay. I just write a binary tree. Okay. In the binary tree, here was not a, we cannot make a circle. Okay. We cannot make a circle here. Okay. It means uh, in the graph, it's also like tree, but there was a, we can make a circle. Okay. Something like, think like this. Okay. Okay. You can see here, this is a graph. Okay. This is a tree. Okay. This is a tree because there was no circles. But when I connect these two nodes, this being a graph. Okay. So we can see here, there was a circle. That's the graph. And if there was not a circle, then it's being a tree. Okay. Get point?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. If you want explain this in a Tamil. Understood. Okay. I will explain this in a Tamil as well. Okay. Okay. இப்போ லீனியர் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் என்றா என்னண்டா இப்படி சரியா லீனியர் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் என்றா இது தொடர்ச்சியா இருக்கும் ஓகே லீனியர் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் என்றா இப்படி இருக்கும் தொடர்ச்சியா இருக்கும் அதாவது இப்போ தொடர்ச்சியாண்டா அது இதாக இருக்கும் சரியா இப்போ இது நீங்கள் நான் லீனியரை லேசாக விளங்கிடுங்க அப்போ உங்களுக்கு லீனியர் பற்றி அது சிம்பிளாகும் ஓகே நான் பார்ப்போம் ஓகே இப்போ ஒரு ஃபேமிலி ட்ரீ ஒன்று எடுப்போம் சரியா ஒரு ஃபேமிலி ட்ரீ ஒன்று எடுப்பேன் இப்பீங்கன்னா நான் இப்போ நீங்கள் சரியா இப்பீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் நிற்கிறேன் சரியா இப்போ உங்களை வச்சு என்ன செய்யலாம் உங்களோட பேரண்ட்ஸ் டீட்டெயில் எடுக்கலாம் அப்படித்தானே உங்களை வச்சு என்ன செய்யலாம் உங்களோட பேரண்ட்ஸ் டீட்டெயில் எடுக்கலாம் ஆனால் சில நேரம் இது உங்களுக்கு இப்போ உங்களுக்கு கிராண்ட் பேரண்ட்ஸோட பேர் எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு வைக்கலாம் ஆனால் அப்படி தெரியலைண்டா நீங்கள் இப்போ இந்த அப்பாட அப்பாட பேரை எடுக்கணுமெண்டா நீங்கள் யாரை நாடணும் ஃபஸ்ட்டுக்கு உங்களோட அப்பாவை நாடிட்டு அவர்கிட்ட இருந்தால் என்ன செய்யணும் அவர் அப்பா டீட்டெயில் எடுக்கணும் அப்படித்தானே அப்போ அதே மாதிரி தான் அப்பாட அம்மாட டீட்டெயில் தேவையா இருந்தாலும் நீங்க முதல்ல அப்பாவை அணுகணும். அதுக்கு பிறகு தான் உங்களுக்கு அவரோட அம்மாட டீட்டெயில் எடுக்கலாம். சரியா? அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்க இருக்கு. இப்ப உங்களுக்கு இங்கன அப்பா கிட்ட வந்து அப்பா கிட்ட இருந்து அப்பா டீட்டெயில் எடுக்கலாமா? இது பாசிபிலிட்டி வரும். சரியா? இப்ப ஒழுங்கா இது வந்து இப்படி யோசிங்க. சரி, இப்போ உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஓகே. இதான கம்ப்யூட்டர் மெமரி உண்டு. இது இப்படித்தான் புரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கொள்ளும். சரியா? இவருக்கு என்ன தெரியாது? இங்க இருக்கிற டீட்டெயில் தெரியாது. சரியா? அப்ப அவர் என்ன செய்யணும்? இப்போ உங்களுக்கு இங்க இருக்க இவரோட டீட்டெயில் தேவைண்டா, நீங்க கட்டாயம் உங்களோட அம்மா கிட்ட இருந்து வந்து அவர்கிட்ட இருந்து தான் இந்த டீட்டெயிலை எடுக்கணும். இதுதானே இந்த ஹைராக்கிக்கல்னு சொல்றது. சரியா? ஆனா இப்ப இதுன்றது அப்படி இல்லை. சரியா? இது தொடர்ச்சியா இருக்கின்றது. எப்பவுமே 5 ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கிற. சரியா? நான் சும்மா எடுக்கிறேன். இந்த அப்படி செல்லும் மேலாது. ஓகே, சரியா? இது வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும்? ஒரு தொடர்ச்சியா இருக்கிறதுன்னு சும்மா நினைச்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க. சரியா? ஆனா இது கட்டாயம் விளங்கி எடுத்துக்கோங்க. இது இருக்கிறது என்ன மேனர்ல, ஹைராக்கிக்கல் மேனர்ல இருக்கேன்னு தான் நான் இங்க செல்லும். சரியா? சரி, இப்ப பார்ப்போம். Okay. Now let's move to the difference between this linear data structure and the non-linear data structure. Okay. The linear data structure, exactly that I explained before this. Elements are arranged in a sequential order. The elements should arrange in the sequential order. Okay. அதாவது கட்டாயம் உங்களோட இருக்கிற எலிமெண்ட்ஸ், அதாவது அந்த டேட்டா ஒரு சீக்வன்ஸ்ல ஆர்டரா இருக்கணும். சரி, அதாவது ஒரு தொடர்ச்சியான ஒரு ஆர்டர்ல இருக்கணும். சரியா? ஓகே. The second thing is the nonlinear data structure. It means the elements are not stored sequentially and are accessed in a hierarchical or network manner. It's mean the element should stored sequentially and accessed in a hierarchical network. It should access in a hierarchical method. Okay, it's the nonlinear structure. So, okay, then you can see here I have give in the linear structure. Okay, in the linear structure there was arrays, stacks, queues, and the links. Okay, the other in the nonlinear structure there was graph and trees. Okay, so in the past papers they have asked about these things, so you should remember these things. Okay, so the linear data structure examples are, we can say, the array, the stack, queue, and the linked list. Okay, the other way, in the non-linear data structure, we can say graph and the trees. Okay, let's move to we have the classify this as a linear data structure, non-linear data structure using a organization, based on organization. Okay, now we are going to classify this based on the storage method. Okay, let's see. In here also you can see same as like that we have explained here. Data structures, we can separate this as a linear and the non-linear. So also in here also you can see we have classified this as a linear and the non-linear data structure. Okay, but in the non-linear data structure, we can again classify it as a static data structure and the dynamic data structure. So this is the based on storage method. Okay, there can be some static data structure and the dynamic data structure. So what is the static data structure and the dynamic data structure? So simply I can say the exactly I have tell before that. You think what happened in the array. Okay, what happened in the array? In the array, can we increase this memory allocation? Can we increase this? I have already explained this. Can we extend the storage?
No, sir.
No. Okay. We cannot increase this storage, this memory in the array. Okay. If there was only 4 memory allocations, then we can store only 4 data. Okay, maximum we can store only 4 data. We cannot store the another data. If come the fifth data, we can store in this array. That's the problem in the normally in the arrays. Okay, but in the queue there can be so many members can come to the queue. Okay, yeah, I think you know about the answer. Okay, there can be so many peoples in this queue. So it's haven't the particular memory. Okay, it can if first time there was a 3 member in the queue, there was a memory is 3, but there can be some other peoples also come. So then the memory is automatically increased. Okay, this is what we call as a dynamic. Okay, so if we want to increase this memory again, yeah, we can do, because if there some people again come, then also this memory is increased as a uh, some other. Okay, so this is we call as a dynamic. So in the stack also we can say, we can make here uh, so many books. There was no the static memory. So if there was a one book, then the memory is a 1. Okay. If there was 2 books, then memory being increased as a 2. So there was a dynamic storage. There was no statical memory allocation. So we can increase it if we want. Okay. In the linked list also, same like that. We can mark like this how many pages you want. It's not a problem. So these are so these are the dynamic data structure. Okay. In the nonlinear data structure, we have already discussed about this. There was only tree and a graph. So you should know about these 2 classification methods. The one is the based on the organization, we can classify this as a linear data structure and the nonlinear data structure. And also in the storage method, using storage method, we can classify this as a non-linear data structure and the nonlinear data structure. After that, in the linear data structure, we can classify this as a static data structure and the dynamic data structure. Okay. Have you clear about this? Or you want the explanation in Tamil or Sinhala? Okay. All good, I think. Okay. Let's move.
Okay, sir.
In here also, that classification, I have already told. In a static data structure, there was a fixed size, and the dynamic structure, we can flexible size. Okay. Site decided at compile time, the start of that program, we have make the size for this static structures, and the size allocated when the run. Okay. Example, we can say the arrays. The example we can say here, the linked list, queue, and the stacks. Okay, so we can these all as example for the dynamic data structure. Okay, let's. For both static data structures and the dynamic data structures, there was a pros and the cons. Okay, if there was a positive thing, there should be a negative thing as well. So this same as like here, the pros is the pro is that we can access fast using index. Okay, we can access the data using the index. So think like this. Okay, if there was a some locus, okay, there was some locus. I have stored my bag in this locker. Okay, I have stored my bag in this locker. This locker number is 112. This locker is 111. This locker is 113. This is 114. This is 115. Okay, so if I remember, my bag is stored in the 112, the locker, then I can directly access it. If there was, I need this 1 permission in here. No, I don't need. I can directly access it because I know directly this index of this locker. Okay, so I can access it fast. So the other thing, the cons is here. There was a two cons. One is wasted memory if unused, and we cannot grow dynamically. Okay, cannot grow dynamically. So, but why here is memory is why here was memory is wasted? Think like this. Okay, think like this. Okay. Uh, there was same like there was file locus. Okay, here also I have used file locus. Uh, someone used this locker and this locker and this locker. Okay, so in here we have allocated a place to these five locus. Okay, we have allocated space to these five locus, but in here we have only used three locus. Okay, so these two memories are wasted. You understand it? There was I have already I have allocated place to this locker. Okay, so if we are not use this this uh, allocation area, then it's being waste. That is the one of the big cons in this static data. Okay, so the other thing is I always say we cannot grow this dynamically. Okay, we cannot. If there was a five locus, I cannot add six locker to this place. Okay, if there was only place for five locus, then I can only store these five locus. Okay, I cannot add another local. So have you understand about this static data?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You need a explanation in Tamil? Mm, have anyone need a single explanation? So something you can ask. Okay.
I don't want, sir.
Okay. Others are want or not? Okay. Let's move. I think you All have understand. Okay. Let's move to dynamic data. Then in here we have the size is allocated at the runtime. Okay, it's like this. Okay. uh, if I have used this page, okay, this first page, second page, and third page. If I have writing something, then only I have used this memory. Okay, otherwise it can use for another purpose. So in here, the size of this linked list always allocated at the runtime. Okay, if you are not using second, then you have used third page, and after that you are going to use fifth page, and after that you are going to 10th page. It's not matter. It's not matter. You can use like this, but you have to connect with previous pages. Okay, so if only there was a one page, then allocated memory is a 1. Okay, and if I have used another page, then allocated memory is going to 2. And like this allocated memory, the allocated size is decided at the runtime. Okay, so in here example I have explained the linked list, and we can say the queue and the stack as well. Okay, so let's consider the pros and the cons. The pros here was efficient memory usage. We don't need to waste the memory. Because the memory is allocated at the runtime, so we are not predefined this memory allocation. Okay, so we can use this memory efficiently. The other thing is the flexible size. Okay, so we have to decide when we want to increase the size of this, then we can do. So the other thing is the cons is the more complex. Why it's complex? Can you tell why it's complex? If this is stored in the continuous memory, we can directly get this data. Okay, we can move fast. But if there was a data like this, we have to go for this page, and after that again we have to search this page, and again we have to search for this page, and after that we have to come for this page. Even though think like this is a module 1 of this data structure, and this is a module 2 of this data structure. This is a module 3 of data structure. This is a module 4 of data structure. Okay. If think you want to access the module 4 only, module 3 only. Okay. You want to only know them. You want to study the module 3 only. But in here, can you access directly this page? No, because you don't know exactly where is this module for. So you have to go for the first page, and from here you have to going for the third page. After this, you have to again going for the fifth page. Then only you can decide, this is my third module. Okay. Do you understand this? Have you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is more complex. I cannot access directly, but the module I want. But I have stored these modules in an array. Okay. This is module 1, this is a module 2, this is module 3, this is module 4, and this is module 4. If I want a module 3, I can directly get that module from here. I can directly access. So it's not a complex thing. Okay. But in here, it's a more complex than other thing. Okay. The other thing is overhead due to pointers. We can see this in the upcoming lectures. So no worry. Have you clear about this static and dynamic data? Or anyone want a Tamil explanation?
So tell me about the complex in Tamil, please.
காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் உண்மை அர்த்தம் என்ன? சிக்கல் என்றது தானே, அப்படித்தானே? அப்ப இப்ப இதுல இந்த கம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் என்ற வேர்டு என்னண்டா, சரி, இப்ப எங்களுக்கு உண்மையா ஒரு டேட்டா தேவைப்பட்டா அது எனக்கு லேசா எடுக்கலுமா இருக்க வேணும் தானே. இப்ப எனக்கு ஒன்று தேவைண்டா, இப்ப சும்மா இருப்போமே. இப்ப எனக்கு இப்ப இதுல எனக்கு நான் இன்றைக்கு இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் செஷன் மட்டும்தான் செய்யுது. அப்ப எனக்கு இந்த இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் செஷன் மொடியூல் தேவை. சரி, இப்ப எனக்கு இதை கட்டாயம் எந்த ஆகிக்கணும், டிரெக்டா ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணதுமா இருக்க வேணும். சரி, இது இல்லாம நான் உங்களுக்கு சிம்பிளா சொல்றேன். இப்படி சொல்லுவோம், நான் நேரத்தோட சொன்ன மாதிரி நீங்க என்ன செய்யற, இதுல மொடியூல் 1 வைக்கிற. இப்போ இந்த மொடியூல் 1ல இருந்து நீங்க செல்ற மொடியூல் 3 இருக்கு இந்த பேஜ்ல இருந்து கனெக்ட் பண்ணி விட்டு, திருப்பி மொடியூல் 3 இருக்கு இந்த பேஜ்ல இருந்து திருப்பி இன்னொன்று கனெக்ட் பண்ற, திருப்பி மொடியூல் 4 இருக்கு இங்க இருந்து இதுல இருந்து கனெக்ட் பண்ற. சரியா? இப்ப உங்களுக்கு இந்த மொடியூல் 3 மட்டும் தான் தேவை. எனக்கு உண்மையா இந்த மொடியூல் 1 தேவையில்ல, மொடியூல் 2 தேவையில்ல, ஆனால் மொடியூல் 3 தேவைன்னு இருக்குமே. இப்போ எனக்கு இதை படிக்கணும் எடுக்கிறேன். சரி, இப்ப எனக்கு இதுல எக்ஸாக்டா இது எங்க இருக்குன்னு தெரியாம எனக்கு இதை எடுக்கலாமா? ஏல, நான் முதல்ல எங்க போகணும், இந்த மொடியூல் 1க்கு போய் இது பார்க்கணும். நான் மொடியூல் 3 எங்க ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிருக்கிறேன்னு, மொடியூல் 2 எங்க ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிருக்கிறேன்னு. இப்போ நான் என்ன செஞ்சிருப்பேன், மொடியூல் 2 எங்க ஸ்டோர் ஆயிருக்கு நான் இங்க எழுதியிருப்பேன். இப்போ என்ன செய்யறேன், மொடியூல் 2க்கு போறேன். மொடியூல் 2 எனக்கு தேவை இல்லை, மொடியூல் 3. இப்போ நான் திருப்பி பார்க்குறேன், இங்க அடுத்தது இதை எங்க ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிருக்கேன். இப்போ என்ன செய்யும், இது ஒரு இடத்த காட்டும். இந்த 5ஆம் பேஜ்லோ 6ஆம் பேஜ்லோ எங்கேயாவது ஸ்டோர் ஆயிருக்குன்னு காட்டும். இப்போ நான் என்ன செய்வேன், இப்போ இந்த பேஜுக்கு வருவேன். இப்போ இங்க வந்து பார்க்க இது மொடியூல் 3 ஆண்டு, இது மொடியூல் 3. அப்போதான் எனக்கு இதை என்ன செய்யலாம், எக்ஸஸ் பண்ணலாம். சரிங்களா? அப்போ இது வந்து கம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் தானே. இப்போ இது வந்து இங்க போய்த்து எனக்கு இதில் தேவையே இல்லை. ஆனால் நான் என்ன செய்யணும், கட்டாயம் இங்க போய்த்து தான் இதுக்கு வரணும். விளங்கிச்சா? இதுதான் நீங்க நினைத்த கம்ப்ளெக்ஸ்ன்றதுல அர்த்தம். ஓகேயா? Have you got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
மற்றவங்களுக்கு என்ன சரி விலங்கலைன்னா கேளுங்க. ஏண்டா இப்போ இது எங்களுக்கு இந்த இன்ட்ராக்ஷன் தெரியாமல் எங்களுக்கு மற்ற பாடங்கள் எவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாக இருந்தாலும் போனண்டு குயிக்காக விளங்காது. சரியா? அதனால கட்டாயம் நாங்கள் இந்த இன்ட்ராக்ஷன் இந்த பேசிக் வந்து கட்டாயம் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கத்தான் வேணும். இப்போ நாங்கள் ஒரு கோடிங் வந்தாலும் நாங்கள் அப்படித்தானே சொல்லுவோம், எங்களுக்கு பேசிக் ஒன்றும் தெரியாமல் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு நாளும் கோட் பண்ணல. அது இதுவும் அதே மாதிரி தான். ஏன்னா நாங்கள் முன்னும் கோடிங்கும் பார்க்க போகிறோம். இதில் என்ன ப்ராக்டிக்கல் கொஞ்சம் இருக்குது, அதனால நாங்கள் அதெல்லாம் கட்டாயம் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கத்தான் வேணும். சரியா? அதாவது தான் சொல்கிறேன், உங்களுக்கு என்ன சரி டவுட் இருக்குண்டா கட்டாயம் இப்பவே கேட்டு அதோட தீர்த்துக்கோங்க. ஓகேயா? லெட்ஸ் மூவ். Do you remember our topic? Our topic is data structure and algorithm. Okay. So For now, we have only discussed about these data structures. Okay, we have only discussed about this data structure. So when you go into interviews, they have mostly asked about this data structure. What are your known data structures and how they work? So we should know this data structures, and additionally you should know about this algorithm. Okay. We can say this algorithm as a simply uh, step by step procedure to, okay, step by step procedure to solve a problem. Okay. It can be, it's not only for the coding problems. Okay, we can say the step by step procedure that we have made uh, for all the problems that we can say as a algorithm. Okay, in here you can see an algorithm is a step by step procedure to solve a problem. Okay, you should remember this. Okay, now move to the another thing. For the algorithm, there should be an input. It should have input, output, finiteness, definiteness, and the effectiveness. Okay, I think you know about this input and output always, because when we have coding, we have normally used these things. Okay, so in the inputs, there should be a zero or more inputs. It means sometimes there cannot be a inputs directly. Okay, so there should be an input. Okay, so and the other thing is there should be an output. Okay, there should be at least one output. Without an output, we cannot make a algorithm. Okay, the next thing is the finiteness. Finiteness means the problem solving steps should terminate. Okay, there cannot be a problem without a solution. There should be a solution. So the uh, the steps of the solving problem should be terminate. So that we call as a finiteness. Okay. So next thing is the definiteness. So it's mean each step must be clear. Okay. If we have finding a solution for a problem, there should be all steps are clear for us. Without clear, we cannot solve that problem. Okay, we cannot make it. Just let's think of maths questions. Okay, if we want to solve this problem, okay, this maths problem, we should know what are the steps we want to do. We cannot add these 2 and 3 first because there was a order. So we have to going with this order and it must be clear. Okay. Do you remember about this? I think we call BODMAS. Okay. There was a step-by-step procedure. These are the rules. We have to solve the brackets, after that off, and after that division and multiplication, and the addition and subtraction. So there was an order. So without knowing these steps, how we have we should solve these steps, we cannot uh, make a solution for a problem. So this is what called we have definiteness. Okay. The next thing is the effectiveness. The effectiveness means the codes must be basic enough to execute. Okay, mean it should execute. If we have make a solution but it's not execute, then it's not be a solution. Okay, so it must be enough to execute. Okay, have you understand this about this algorithm? Or you want a explanation in any other language? Others also, can you have you understand or not? I want to know about that.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Can I move to next part?
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's move. I have already tell the algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. Okay, so now I have give some problems. You have to try yourself how we can find the solution for this problem. Okay, let's take this example. Okay, I have to add two numbers entered by the user. Okay, just I have to add the two numbers entered by the user. You can try. Don't use AIs. Use your knowledge and try to uh, find a basic solution. What we have to do for the enter the for addition, add the two numbers that entered by the user. Okay, can you try? Can you put your answers on the chat? It's been good. Okay. For this, the important is not just the answer, okay? You should understand the process, the clear, the step-by-step way to solve it. So think about that, okay? Have you finished? Or you want time, more time?
So please, sir, what you tell me what you asked.
You have to write the algorithm for add two numbers entered by the user. It's mean the algorithm means what? The step-by-step procedure for solve the problem. So you have to write the steps we have to follow for solve this problem. What is the first step? What is the second step? Like that. You have to write the step-by-step procedure to add the two numbers. Okay. Have you got?
Okay, sir. Yeah, I got and I finished.
Okay. Yeah, can you have you write in a paper or something?
What, sir?
Have you write in a paper or you have type in somewhere?
I have right, sir.
Okay. Can you put an image on chat something, or can you give your
What?
can you put your answer on a chat?
Yes, sir. I give it.
Okay. Okay. Uh, One answer is on the chat. It's good, uh, but you are not print your answer on uh, window. I think you have just adding that. But okay, your answer is almost correct. Okay. Don't worry. Have other also try your
Sir, I'm not trying to like this, but I'm right to like mathematics.
mm,
It's like a program now.
okay, can you put it on chat? I
Okay, sir.
I don't need the exact answer. I want have you find a step by step solution this. That's only I want. Okay. No worry.
Okay, 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 sir.
Okay. I will explain. Okay. Don't worry. Uh, I think you can do the next question. So in here you can see there should be a input and the output and the finiteness. It means it should terminate after all the steps. So if I have start the solution, okay, then should stop this in the end of that solution. Okay, if I have to start to find the solution, then after the finding the solution, I should stop this position. Okay, I don't need again continue this after the finding solution. So there should be a start and the stop. Okay, so the start is the our first step to finding a problem, finding a solution. Okay, this is the starting point. Okay, next you can see in I said there should be a inputs. Okay, there should be a input. So for the input, so we cannot take a input directly. Okay, first we have to declare this input. Okay, declare variables for getting this input. Okay, we have to uh, declare variable to take this input. So think like here was a two number. So I have marked this as a number 1 and the number 2, and the end of the summation of this, I have take this as a summation. So the first step, I have the second step after starting, I have to declare these variables. Without declaring these variables, I cannot assume the data for the uh, this program. So that's why I have declared this. So I have declared. So I have declared number 1 and the number 2 and the summation. Okay, this is my second step. Okay, now I have declared this and declare the numbers and the summation. So after this, the step 3, now what I have to do? I have declared the number 1 and number 2. So now I have to read this the numbers values from values that given by the user. Okay, so I have to read these numbers values. Okay, number 2 and number 1. Okay, because this is the input from the user. Okay, this is entered by the user, so I have to read it first. So after that only I can adding these two numbers. Okay, so in the step so in the step 4, so in the step 4, now I have read the number 1 and number 2's values. So I have to assume this number 1 and number 2's summation to this sum. This is a predefined variable. Okay, we have already defined this variable. So now we have to assume that number 1 and number 2's addition is equal to this summation. So this is the step 4. So now we have find a solution. Okay, now we have to show this solution. Okay, so finally we have to display this result. Okay, we have to display this summation. Otherwise we don't know what is the solution here. So there should be a we have show the problem solution. So that's why we have displayed this summation. So after that, in the step 6, what we have to do? We have find a solution for that problem. So now we have to stop this. So in the step 6, we have to stop uh, this solution. Okay, this procedure. So I show you a simple code in here.
So your mic is muted, sir.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for information. So in here, you can see my code part, my algorithm part, okay? In here, the step 1, we have start, and if we have start the problem, start the finding a solution, we must stop it after finding that, okay? So our first step should be a start, and the last step should be a stop, okay? It must. So in here, in the second step, we have declare a variable, okay? We have declare a variable, because without declaring these variables, we cannot assume a value for these numbers. So even though we get the numbers from user, we haven't any place to store these numbers, so we cannot doing the addition. So that's why we have declared a variable, declaring two variables, and the number 1 and number 2 and the variable for a summation. So after that, in the third step, now we have declared number 1 and number 2. So now we have to read the values of this number 1 and number 2. Okay. So after this, what we have to do? Now we have read the number 1 and number 2's values. So now we have to do the adding the number 1 and number 2 and assign the result to the summation. This is the predefined pre-declared variable. Okay. We have already declared this summation. So after adding number 1 and number 2, we have to assign the result to the summation. Okay. So after that, we have to, the fifth step, we have to display the summation. Okay. This is the solution, because the user want to add these two. So we have to display the final solution for the user. So that's why we have to display these summations. Okay. Have you clear about this? You want a Tamil explanation, someone? Because normally in the past paper, they have give some algorithms to write, okay? So that's why I have explained this. Have you clear? So you want a Tamil explanation? Please let me know. Yes means what? You want a Tamil explanation? You understand? Do you want a Tamil explanation? Okay. Okay. இப்போ நாங்கள் அல்கோரிதம்ன்றதுமே என்ன, இப்போ நான் நேரத்தோட பார்த்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஒன்றுக்கும், ஓகேயா, ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஒன்று இருக்கின்ற இப்போ இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் சொல்யூஷனை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது. சரியா? நாங்கள் ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஒன்றுக்கும் ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் சொல்யூஷன் ஒன்றை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது. இப்போ நீங்கள் இதை சாதாரணமாக செய்கிறேன்டா என்ன செய்யலாம்? இப்போ உங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் நம்பர் 2 எடுத்தா, சரியா, அந்த 2 நம்பரையும் கூட்டி நீங்கள் இப்படி ஒன்று எடுப்பது, அப்படித்தானே? என்ன செய்கிற, நம்பர் 2 கூட்டி இப்படி 2 எடுக்கிறேன். ஆனால் இங்கே நாங்கள் ப்ரோக்ராமிங் வர நேரம் எங்களுக்கு அப்படி டிரெக்டாக சும்மா இது சொல்யூஷன் ஒன்றா எடுக்க இல்லையா? சரியா? இப்போ நாங்கள் அல்கோரிதம் ஒன்று எழுதுற நேரம் கட்டாயம் என்ன ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் என்த்தையாக இருக்கும், நான் இதை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணதா இருக்க வேணும். சரியா? நான் என்ன செஞ்சிருக்கேன், கட்டாயம் என் ஸ்டெப் 1ல் நான் வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண வேணும். சரியா? அப்ப நினைவு வச்சுக்கோங்க, நான் ஒரு ஒரு ப்ராப்ளமேட்டிக் அதுக்கு சொல்யூஷனோட நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி சொல்யூஷனோட கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி. இப்ப நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி மட்டும் போதா, கட்டாயம் ப்ராப்ளம் முடிஞ்ச பிறகு ஏன்னா கடைசி ஸ்டெப்பா இருக்க வேணும் இந்த ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணினத நிப்பாட்டுறது. அவன் நான் எந்த போடுறேன், ஸ்டாப் பண்ணி போடுறேன். சரியா? அப்ப எனக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் கட்டாயம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணதா இருக்க வேணும், கடைசி ஸ்டெப் கட்டாயம் ஸ்டாப் பண்றதா இருக்க வேணும். சரியா? சரி, இப்ப நடுவில் வர ஸ்டெப்ஸை பார்ப்போம். இப்ப நான் சொன்னேன் இந்த 3 4ன்றது இப்ப நாங்க கையால எடுத்தது அப்படித்தான், நாங்களா போட்டது. இப்ப உங்களுக்கு என்ன செய்ய இருக்கு, இது இப்ப நாங்க ஒரு யூசர் ஒன்று கிட்ட எடுக்க வேணும்னு வைங்களேன். இது என்ன செய்ய வேணும், ஒரு யூசர் ஒன்று கிட்ட எடுக்க வேணும். சரியா? அப்ப டெஸ்ட்டுக்கு எனக்கு இதை டிரெக்டா கூட்டேலுமான்னு கேட்டா ஏனா அதுக்கு முதல் நான் என்ன செய்யணும், டெஸ்ட்டுக்கு இப்ப இந்த நான் யூசர் கிட்ட இருந்து இப்ப இன்புட் ட்ரெண்ட் எடுக்கணும் தானே. அப்ப இந்த இன்புட் ட்ரெண்டையும் நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு டிக்ளேர் பண்ண வேணும். சரியா? நாங்க இதுக்கு செல்ற டிக்ளேர் வேரியபிள்ஸ். சரியா? இதை பத்தி நாங்க டீப்பா முன்னுக்கு பார்ப்போம். சரியா? இதை பத்தி எங்களுக்கு கோடிங் நாலேஜ் இருக்கிறது பெட்டர். நாங்க பார்ப்போம் இந்த எப்படியும் உங்களுக்கு தேவைப்படும். சரியா? அப்ப நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு என்ன செய்யணும், இங்கே நாம் வேரியபிள் 3 டிக்ளேர் பண்றோம். ஒன்றென்த்துக்கு இந்த முதலாவது இன்புட் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு, மற்றது இந்த ரெண்டாவது இன்புட் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு, மற்றது இந்த கூற்ற விடையை வச்சு கொள்றதுக்கு. சரியா? அப்ப நான் 3 வேரியபிள்ஸ் டிக்ளேர் பண்ற. ஒன்று இந்த நம்பர் 1 எடுக்கிறதுக்கு, மற்றது நம்பர் 2 எடுக்கிறதுக்கு, மற்றது சம்மேஷன் எடுக்கிறது. இது தானே இந்த ரெண்டாவது ஸ்டெப். சரியா? நான் என்ன செஞ்சுட்டேன், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு இப்போ இது மூணையும் நான் டிக்ளேர் பண்ணிட்டேன். இப்போ இதுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன செய்யலும் எனக்கு, இப்போ நான் ஏற்கனவே இப்போ இந்த நம்பர் 1ஐயும் நம்பர் 2 டிக்ளேர் பண்ணிட்டு தானே. இப்போ எனக்கு என்ன செய்யலும், அதான் யூசர் கிட்ட இந்த ரெண்டு வெளியும் என்னன்றதை இதை வச்சு கண்டுபிடிக்க இயலும். சரிங்களா? அதுதானே இந்த ரீட் வேல்யூஸ் நம்பர் 1 அண்ட் நம்பர் 2. சரியா? என்ன செய்யற, டிக்ளேர் பண்ணின வேரியபிள்ஸ்க்கு இப்போ யூசர் தந்த வேல்யூஸ் என்னன்றதை நான் பார்க்குறேன். சரியா? இப்ப இப்படி எடுக்கிற வெளியூ ரெண்டையும் என்ன செய்யணும், எனக்கு 4வது ஸ்டெப்ல இப்ப நான் 2 வெளியும் எடுத்து எனக்கு இப்ப கூட்ட தான் இருக்கு, எனக்கு 2 வெளியும் தெரியும். இப்ப நான் என்ன செய்யறப்ப இந்த நம்பர் 1ஐயும் நம்பர் 2ஐயும் கூட்டுறேன். கூட்டி மட்டும் போதுமா? இல்ல, இங்க என்ன செய்யணும், கட்டாயம் சரி கூட்டுற விடைய நான் என்ன செய்யறேன், இப்ப நான் இன்னொரு வேரியபிள் டிக்ளேர் பண்ணினா தானே சம்மண்டு, இந்த வேரியபிளுக்கு அசைன் பண்ணி விட்டுறோம். இல்லைங்களா? இது ரெண்டையும் கூட்டிட்டு இந்த சம்மண்ட வேரியபிளுக்கு நான் டிரெக்டா அசைன் பண்ணி விட்டுறேன். இதுதான் ஸ்டெப் 4. சரியா? இப்ப நான் அசைன் பண்ணிட்டேன். இப்ப நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கூட்ட வேணும். அதை நான் இதை வேரியபிள் டிக்ளேர் பண்ணினா, அதுக்கப்புறம் அது நம்பர் 1க்கும் நம்பர் 2க்குமான வேல்யூஸை ரீட் பண்ணினா, அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்பர் 1 அண்ட் நம்பர் 2ஐயும் கூட்டிட்டு அதோட வேல்யூவை சமேஷனுக்கு அசைன் பண்ணினேன். பிறகு என்ன, நான் சமேஷனுக்கு அசைன் பண்ணி மட்டும் போதுமா? இல்ல, நான் என்ன செய்யணும், இது ரெண்டையும் கூட்டி அதுல விடை எடுக்கிறது தானே யூசருக்கு தேவை. அப்ப நான் கட்டாயம் என்ன ஃபைனல் சொல்யூஷன் இந்த யூசருக்கான விடையை காட்டுது. சரிங்க? அப்ப நான் விடை ஒன்று எடுத்துட்டு நான் காட்டாம இருந்து வேலை இருக்கா? இல்ல. அப்ப நான் கட்டாயம் என்ன செய்யணும், என் 5வது ஸ்டெப்பா இந்த வந்த வெளிவு இருக்குதானே, இந்த சமேஷன் இந்த கூட்டுத்தொகை, இதை நான் என்ன செய்யறேன், டிஸ்பிளே பண்றேன். இதுதானே என் 5வது ஸ்டெப். அதுக்கு பிறகு கட்டாயம் நான் கடைசியில் நான் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிருக்கேன். சரி, இப்ப விளங்கிச்சா? இதுக்கான அல்கோரிதம் எழுதுறது விளங்கிச்சா? ஓகே. இப்ப இப்படி
Yes, sir.
இப்படி எல்லா ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கும் 6 ஸ்டெப் தான் வருமானு கேட்டா இல்ல. சரியா? ஓகே. I think now you have understanding this algorithm part. Okay, how to write, we can write algorithm. So if someone asks if there must be these 6 steps for all the algorithms, we cannot say like that, because there can be some problems with less than these 6 steps. Okay, there can be some problems we can find with 4 steps, or sometimes we can find a solution for a problem. It can be get 10 or 12 lines as well, 12 steps as well. So there was not exactly steps count for this solution, but there should be a first step is start, and the final step should be a stop. So this two is the important. Okay. Okay. Can we move to the second algorithm? Okay, I will give another question for you. Okay, you can try. Let's try this. Find the largest number among 3 numbers. Okay, think there was a 3 number, and you have to find the largest number from here. Okay, let's try. Just think about how we can find a solution. Okay, so if we are not writing exact steps, it's not a problem. Just think how we can find a problem. It's the main thing here. Okay. Have you finished? Have you tried? I don't need the answers. I just want you try this algorithm. Okay. Someone can put your answer in chat. I will explain this algorithm. Okay. Here we here we have to find the largest number among these three numbers. Okay. Uh, I have got one answer. It's really good. Okay. But there was a small problem. You can understand. Let's start declaring. Okay, it's good. Uh, Someone send answer in image. Okay, it's right, but you have mentioned as comparing the number one, number two. Okay, but when you're writing algorithm, you cannot say like that. You should say how you compare it. Okay, otherwise it's okay. Let's move. There was others also, I think, try. It's okay, no problem. Okay, now you have to find the largest number among the three numbers. Okay. So can anyone say what is the first step we want to make?
Start.
Start. Okay. We have to start this thing. Okay. So our first step is start. Okay. So you should remember, if you start, what we should do. We want to stop it as well. Okay. So it can be, I don't know what is the step of this. Okay. But I should remember, if the solution, finding solution is start, then it should be stopped as well. Okay. Now think from the previous algorithm question, you have remember we cannot get the three numbers values directly. So what we have to do? We have to declare the variables in here as well. Okay. Let's, in the step 2, in the step 2, I have to declare the variable. Okay. This is normally we have to. Okay. Let's see in here, what are the variables I want? I want just three numbers. Okay. What we want? Just three numbers in here. So comparing these three numbers, I can decide the largest number. Is there, I want a place to store the largest number. No, I don't need, because the largest number also the value from these three numbers. So I don't need the give a place for this largest number in memory. Okay. So in here, we have to declare the variables. We can give the variable name. It must be meaningful. Okay. Normally it should be meaningful. If you name like something else, the other developers cannot understand it. So when declaring variables, try to naming a meaningful name. Okay. Try to give a meaningful name. So in here I have you three names, num1, number 1, and the num2, and the next is num3. Okay. But I have you number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay. Someone I see that they have name declare variables like sum1, sum2, sum3. Okay. Normally this sum mean what? Summation. Okay. So when declaring a name, try to give a meaningful naming conventions. Okay. So I have used num1, num2, and the num3. Okay. So after the declaring variables, what is step 3 I have to do? What I have to do in step 3? Now I have start and declare the variables. After that, what we want?
Read the number.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now I have declared these three variables. Now I want to read these numbers value. So I have read variables. This number 1, number 2, and the number 3. Okay. What we have to do? First start after we have declared these numbers, and now we have to read these numbers. Okay. Now we know the what is these three numbers. So in the step 4, what we want to do? We have to comparing these numbers, okay? We have to just find the largest number from here. So what we can do, we can comparing it, but we cannot writing this as comparing these three variables. This is not a good algorithm. Okay, you as a in the algorithm, you should know the exact step and how to do. Okay, you remember? I have mentioned that. Okay. Hmm. Each step must be clear. Okay. In here, each step.
Can we,
Yes, ask question.
sir?
Yes, step.
Sir, can we ask? Sorry, can we use the greater than symbols?
Yeah, but you have to mention that you think number one is greater than number two, it's okay. But you have to not only comparing these two numbers, okay? You have here was a three numbers, so you should comparing these three numbers. So you have to make this algorithm correctly how you compare these three numbers. Okay, we have normally used this greater than, it's okay. Okay, let's try. In here I say each step must be clear. So if you put the comparing these three numbers, then they think you don't know exactly how to comparing this. That's why you have writing this as a just comparing these three numbers. So you should give how we have compared these three numbers. Okay, let's try. Okay, just think like this. Okay, one I put like this. Okay, A, B, C. There was a three numbers A, B, and C. Okay, these are just variables. Okay, just think. Now, if A is greater than B, okay, what if A is greater than B? Okay, then there can be two situations. One is A greater than B or A less than B. Okay. Now I take first A greater than B, then another condition is possible. This is A less than B. Otherwise, A less than, okay. Otherwise, there was no possibility. Okay. Now, if take A greater than B, there can be possible A greater than C as well. Okay. I take A greater than B, then there was possibility to A greater than C. Okay. If A greater than C, then what happened? What is the largest number? Can you say? If A is already greater than B, now there was I have tagged A is greater than C as well. Now what is the greatest number here? A. A. That's why now we can, from here, we can decide A is the A is the largest number. Okay. Okay. Now, otherwise, the, here already I have compared A and B. Okay. If A greater than C, and other possibility is what? A is less than C. Okay. There's only two possibilities. So, if A is greater than C, we can say A is the greatest, the largest number. If A less than C, C. C is the largest number. Can you understand this? Yeah. Okay. Have you clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, other possibilities what? A can be less than B. Okay. Now, they are also two possibilities. One is A greater than C. Okay. A is greater than C. Then what is the largest number? Already A is greater than B. Okay. Now in here B is the largest number. Now I have again compare A with the C.
B is the largest number.
B is the largest number. Okay. Now B is the largest number. So like this, again there was other possibility. A is less than C. Okay. In here also, what is the largest number? B. So there was multiple ways to find a problem. It's okay. So this is the basic idea from here. Okay. So let's try. What should be the step by now? I have to write. Okay. The step 4 should be comparing these numbers. It's okay. But now I mentioned. Now I am going to mention how we are going to compare in this. Okay. Okay. You know about if conditions. Have you studied these if conditions? In the previous modules, we have studied these if conditions. If else. Yes. Okay. Now think in here I have mentioned if A is greater than B. Okay. What I have mentioned here, if A is greater than B. So in here exactly I have used this. If A is greater than B, okay, if A is greater than B, but inside this again I have to use if for this as well. Okay, if A is greater than B and if A is greater than C, then what is the largest number? A is the largest number. Okay. So now I have share code. You will understand this. Okay. Okay. Let's see. In here, just like I have explained, this is the step 1. We have to start, and after that we have to declare variables, and after that we have to read the variables, and in here this is the comparing mechanism. Okay, if I have take A greater than B, there was possibility to if A greater than C as well. But think if A is greater than C, other possibility is what? A less than C. But we are not mark this as this like A less than C. Normally there was two possibilities if A greater than C or else. Okay. Else display C is the largest number. This is like what? Exactly this. Okay. But we are not mention here A is less than C. Just if and use the else condition. Okay. Okay. Like same like that. In here I have first choose if A greater than B, then there was possibility only use the else. Okay. So else mean what here? A is less than B. Okay. So A is less than B and B is greater than C. Okay. What is the largest number? A is also greater than B and B is greater than A and also in here B is greater than C. So the largest number is what? B. So if here is B greater than C, other possibility is what? B is less than C. So in here, in this else, we have mentioned this B is possible to less than C. Okay, that's why. So then, if B is less than C, always the before that B is I have taken B is greater than A. So what is the largest number in here? C is the largest number. Okay, so in here I have directly displayed this largest number. Okay, so we have give a solution here. Okay, I have give a solution. What is the largest number? So after that, I have to stop this algorithm. So previous algorithm, previous case, previous example, I have get 6 steps, but in here I have got only 5 steps. So this steps count is can be different for according to the algorithm. Okay. Have you understood? Or you want the explanation in any other language?
Yes, I am understand.
Okay. Others, there was some questions directly to write these algorithms, I think. Okay. When I am diving through your past papers, I have got some places like that. So we should understand these algorithms. That's why I have explained this in simply. Okay. If you are not
So algorithm means can be only mathematical or theory. It was like
Uh,
that.
normally, they have asked like these questions. Okay, what is the largest number and how you find a prime number? So normally they have asked like that, but we can discuss
Ah,
more questions when we have to discuss the past paper in the upcoming the last lecture. So that time we can discuss about these questions. Okay, no problem. For now,
okay,
understand this concept. That's enough.
okay. Sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Uh, there was only another example. Mm, so you can try this algorithm, okay, and find good steps. There was a 7 step. Try to do this individually and get a good idea about these examples. Okay. Now, uh, here was a exercise applying data structure. So I just explained this. Okay. This there was a statement. Okay. Imagine you are managing a library book catalog. Okay. Uh, in here, we have to doing some functions like adding new book, searching books by title or author, removing old damaged books, and keep books efficiently. So these are your tasks. Okay. So now these are your functions. Okay. What we want to do. Okay. Now here ask propose a suitable data structure to solve this problem. Okay. Just you want to adding a new books, searching book by title or author, and removing old or damaged books and keeping books organized efficiently. Okay. So you have to propose a suitable data structure to solve this problem. But it should be a linear or non-linear. Okay. I think you have remember it. Okay. What is linear, non-linear? Now you have to justify your choice and uh, but we have need how does it support efficient searching, how it handles updates, insert and delete, why it's better than other option. Okay. So try this as well. I will explain this in next lecture because now that time is passing, so I have quickly going to finish this lecture. So, but I will explain this, okay? So you have to try this before come to the next lecture. I will going a quick recap about this lecture, and then only I have conduct the next lecture as well. So in the next lecture, I have discussed about arrays. There was more important because for other data structures also we have used normally arrays. So you should understand about these arrays. Okay. Okay. Now these are our summaries that we have studied today. The data structure means a container that organizes and store data in a computer memory. Okay. For what? For efficient searching and sorting. Okay. This is the simple summary. What is the data structure? Data structure is a container that organizes and store data in a memory. Okay. Why we have store this? To efficient use. That means we have to make efficient searching or sorting. We have used these data structures. Okay. Now, the next, what is the algorithm? Algorithm is step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. Okay. If there was a problem, we have to find a solution. But we have to going with the step-by-step procedure. So that's why in here is the algorithm. So for data structures, we have given some examples: arrays, linked list, text, quiz, trees, graphs. Okay, these are we are going to discuss in the upcoming lectures. So the next thing, there was a clear classifications. Okay, we can make a classification in the two manners. One is using a storage, and the other thing is using an organization method. Okay, this linear and non-linear is come under the organization. Here was the linear means it's uh, store the data in a sequential manner. We can say array, linked list, stack, queue as an example. The nonlinear is the without a sequential manner, we have used a hierarchical or network manner for storing a data. Okay, we can give example tree and graph for this. Okay, now the applications, there are some applications, real world modeling. You can see it's not a problem, and just going through the notes. Okay, the other thing is the managing information. So these are the discussing today. So from here I have wind up our lecture. So if you have any doubts, uh, you can contact me through this email. Okay, I have put my email on the chat. Okay, you can contact me through this email. Uh, so I have wind up this session. Uh, yeah, we have to plan for a long lecture series. So don't worry about this first lecture. We can make more stronger for upcoming lectures. So thank you. I will explain this one next week. Okay. I have to explain not only that. Okay, I have to explain these things also. No, so I will explain on next week. Please. Okay. I have I have to explain this example 3 and this how applying the data structure. Okay, so don't worry. Mm. Yes, I can speak Sinhala. අපි කොහොමත් මේක විතරක් නෙමෙයි මේ මෙතන මේ ප්‍රොබ්ලම් 3 එකට මේ උත්තර ලියන එකත් අපි එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරේ නේ. ඒක වෙනද අපි කොහොමත් ලබන සතියේ අපි එරෙස් යන්න කලින් ටිකක් මේක ගැන පොඩි රීකැප් එකක් බලලා තමයි අපි ඉස්සරහට කරන්න. හරිද? ඒක මම කියන්න මේක කොහොමද වෙන්නේ කියන එක. හරිද? You are welcome. You can leave now.